Imagine as a 16-year-old, while you sleep or doom scroll on your favorite app, you have an agent working behind the scenes for you for free. Wouldn't you love that? Today, I bring to you an AI agent who I heavily use and love. It lives on my computer and does all the ad hoc tasks I ask of it. It can text me on WhatsApp, manage my calendar, research things for my podcast, and can build an entire website all while I sleep. This is the cheat code you've been following me for. So what's my hack for achieving all that I do? Today, I'll share my secret weapon even most adults around me are unaware of. It's called OpenClaw. This is the tool, or in my case, the cheat code I've discovered to hack my personal to-do list. While listening to me, you might be like, oh, this sounds complicated to set up, or only coders can do this. But I'm here to burst your bubble and prove to you that it's literally available for everyone. Students, small business owners, freelancers, you name it. And by the end of this episode, you're gonna know exactly what OpenClaw is, why it matters, and how to set it up for yourself with no technical background needed. Alright, so let's get into what OpenClaw actually is and why it's different from every other automation tool out there. Every AI tool you've used, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, they all work the same way. You give a question, then you get an answer, and that's it. The moment you close the tab, they forget you even exist, and they can't really do anything without you sitting there and giving them a prompt. But OpenClaw is fundamentally different. OpenClaw is what's called an autonomous AI agent. It doesn't just answer questions, it actually does things on its own, in the background, while you doom scroll. So what makes this AI agent so special? There are three things. First, it runs locally on your computer. Your data stays with you and you have total privacy. Second, it lives inside the messaging apps you already use, WhatsApp, Discord, iMessage, and you literally text it as if you would text a friend. Third, it doesn't just respond to you, it acts for you. It can browse the internet, send emails, control your browser, and manage your calendar, and the list is endless. The best way I could explain OpenClaw is ChatGPT is a person who can only advise you, but OpenClaw is actually a person who can get the work done. Someone built a skill that connects it to your calendar. Someone else built one that connects to your notes app. And someone also built one for your home automation, email management, or even web scraping. You can literally install any of these skills that match your life. And the pricing is the most Gen Z friendly thing about it. The software itself is completely free. It's open source, MIT license. The only thing you might pay for is an AI model API. And if you use a free local model, then the whole thing is completely free. That's it, $0.
Let me walk you through how exactly I use it day to day while running the Gen Z EO Playbook podcast. Every morning at 8 a.m., OpenClaw sends me a message on Discord. It tells me what's on my schedule, what tasks I left unfinished yesterday, and if there's any important emails I need to see. I wake up already oriented. No confusion, no scrolling through 5 different apps, just one message and I know my day. Guest research. Before every podcast episode, I need to deeply understand my guest, their background, their wins, their journey, their controversial takes. I used to spend 2 to 3 hours doing this manually. Now, I just text OpenClaw, research this person, and build me 10 interview questions focused on their entrepreneurship journey. It browses the web, pulls everything relevant, structures the questions, and I'm done in minutes. I literally use the questions on air. Content repurposing. One episode should never just be one piece of content. After every episode, I tell OpenClaw to turn the transcript into LinkedIn post, tweet threads, a YouTube description, and chapter markers. One conversation becomes 5 pieces of content across 5 platforms. That's how you build an audience as a solo creator with no team. Cold outreach. I'm 16, trying to book guests who are 30, 40, 50 years old and way more accomplished than me, and every cold email matters. I give OpenClaw the context, who the person is, what their work is about, what I'm building, and it drafts the email. I just read it, adjust the tone, and send it. What took me 30 minutes now takes me 5. On-demand learning. I'm self-taught, no tutors, no teachers, for the stuff I actually care about. Whenever I hit something I don't understand, like a business concept or a technical term or an AI term, I just text my agent. Explain this to me like I'm 16 with no background. It never judges me, and it never makes me feel dumb. It just teaches me. And here's what separates OpenClaw from just opening ChatGPT every time. It actually remembers me because it runs locally. It has persistent memory that builds over time. It knows my projects and it knows my preferences. And it even knows my context. Every conversation stacks on the last, and I'm not starting from zero every single time.
Now, I want to stop for a second and address something, because I know a lot of you right now are watching and thinking, okay, Rayyan, that's cool because you run a podcast and you're a tech person, but I'm not, and this isn't really for me. That's completely wrong, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. Let me walk you through 6 completely different types of people and how OpenClaw can change their life. So see which one sounds like you. The student, you've got assignments, exams, deadlines, group projects. Your brain is overloaded and your time is always running out. So here's what OpenClaw does for you. You paste in a brief overview of your assignment and say, what are the key points I need to cover and what should I research? It then maps out your entire approach. You say, I have an exam on photosynthesis in 4 days, so build me a study guide. It gives you a day-by-day plan. You say, quiz me on chapter 3. It quizzes you, marks your answers, and tells you what to revise. The real game changer? You paste in a long research paper and say, summarize this in simple language and pull out the 5 most important points. What used to take an hour takes 2 minutes now, and you actually understand the content. So your grades go up and your stress goes down. Second, for the freelancer or side hustler, you're doing graphic design, video editing, copywriting, social media management, something creative that you're building on the side while managing everything else. So OpenClaw becomes your back office. It drafts your client proposals. It follows up on unpaid invoices by drafting the email for you. It even researches potential clients before you pitch to them. It tracks your deadlines and it reminds you what's due. Basically everything that isn't the actual creative work, the admin, the communication, the business side, OpenClaw handles for you so that you can stay in the creative zone. For the small business owner, you're running a local shop, an online store, a service business, and you're doing everything yourself. Marketing, customer service, inventory, social media. OpenClaw becomes your first employee without the salary. It drafts your weekly Instagram captions from a simple prompt. It responds to customer inquiry emails in your tone and voice. It even compiles your weekly sales data and summarizes what's working. One business owner on X said that he set up OpenClaw and within a week it had researched a competitor, drafted 3 new product descriptions, and helped him write a pitch for a local supplier he'd been putting off for months because he just didn't have the time. For the parents are the most time-poor people on the planet. Between work, kids, household management, and trying to have some kind of personal life, there are never enough hours. So OpenClaw becomes a household command center. It manages family calendars and sets reminders. It researches school activities, healthcare options, and summarizes the findings. It drafts emails to teachers and administrators. It builds weekly meal plans based on dietary preferences and even generates a shopping list. It even monitors important emails and flags anything urgent so that nothing falls through the cracks. One person on X literally named his Jarvis. It gives me daily briefings, calendar checks, reminds me when it's time to leave to pick up my kids based on traffic, and that's not science fiction anymore. That's just for someone who set it up. Lastly, for the content creator, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or a podcast, content creation is 20%. Making the content and everything else is 80%. Research, scripting, posting, responding to comments, tracking analytics, repurposing content across platforms. OpenClaw collapses that 80% dramatically. You give it a topic. It researches what's trending, what questions people are asking, what angles haven't been covered yet. It helps you create the script. It repurposes one video into clips, captions, and blog posts. It can even track your posting schedule and remind you when to publish. So you go from posting once a week to posting every day without working harder, just working smarter. It's not about being technical, it's about having a tool that makes the small, draining parts of life faster so that you can actually focus on what matters. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through how to actually set this thing up, and I'm going to give you the simplest possible path with no coding experience needed.
Alright, mini timeout. If this episode is giving you ideas, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free, it helps out a ton, and it means you're officially part of the community.
Alright guys, now I'm going to show you how you can install OpenClaw on your Mac Silicon chip. So first of all, we're going to go to openclaw.ai, which is right here, right? So you're going to scroll down a bit and you're going to see quick start, right? You guys are going to, I've already downloaded this on my Mac, so I don't need to download it again, but you would basically just copy this code, paste into your terminal over here and press enter. But for me, since I already have it downloaded, I'm just going to do OpenClaw onboard, paste it in. And this is what it should look like when you downloaded it. Once you get to your models, you can choose Anthropic or any of your choice. So if you choose Anthropic, you can set up an API key, an Anthropic API key, and you can do that by going to Anthropic developer, Claude developer program. Okay, you can go and sign in if it prompts you to. Then you go down to API keys. You would create another key, name it whatever you like. So I'll name it OpenClaw 3.0 because this is the third time I've been doing it. You go add. Then you copy down your key and put it right into the terminal and you press enter. You can choose whatever model you like. I would suggest maybe Anthropic Sonnet to 4.6 because if you were to choose Opus, it uses more power, meaning it would cost you more, but it's up to you. So I'll use Sonnet 4.6, and now it's asking you what bot you like to choose. So I did Discord, and from here on it's pretty simple. You can configure the skills later, so you can say no, and you can skip this for now, and you can skip this. This is already installed, and then you can hatch it in the web UI. And this is the web, or you can hatch it in your terminal if you'd like, whatever you'd like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It'll open Cloud up in a new tab, and you can connect it to Discord. However, it's pretty easy. You go to the Discord developer site as well and connect it through there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can try one skill at a time and add however many skills you would like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you're up and running. You have your own personal AI agent, and the total startup time was about like 2 to 10 minutes, I would say, if you're a first timer. And once it's done, you never have to do it again. It just runs. So I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers who only shows you the good stuff and hides the things you should know. I want to say that OpenClaw is powerful, and that power comes with responsibility. So because OpenClaw has access to your files, like your calendar, your emails, your browser, if you connect it, it will have access to all these things. But if you set it up wrong or install a skill from Cloud Hub without checking what it does, you are exposed. Cisco's security research team tested a third-party OpenClaw skill and found out it was doing some data exfiltration in the background without the user knowing. So here's my honest advice. Start with like Telegram or Discord only, something that's been fully verified, and don't connect it to your email like immediately. Read what each skill does before you install it, and only install the skills from the sources you trust. One of OpenClaw's own developers literally said on Discord, if you can't understand how to run a command line, this is way too dangerous for you to use safely. I'm not just saying it to scare you, I'm saying it so that you go in with eyes open. Understand your tools and don't just vibe with things blindly. That's what separates people from who use technology and those who get used by technology. So here's what I want you to leave you with. Every generation has the technology that separated the people from who understood it early and from everyone else. The internet in the 90s, social media in 2000, and mobile apps in 2010. AI agents are that. Technology for us right now in 2026. And the insane advantage we have is that you and me is that we're young, and we have the most time to learn this, experiment with it, break it, rebuild it, and figure out how to use it before the rest of the world catches up. OpenClaw is free, it's open source, and is built by a community that believes AI should belong to individuals, not corporations. So you should own your AI, and you should control your AI, and AI should serve your life, not sell your data. So go set it up. The link is in the description. Start simple with Telegram or Discord, and just one skill. Build your morning briefing, and then come back here and tell me everything in the comments of what you built, what broke, what surprised you, and make sure to do it because I'll read everything. I'm Rayyan. This is the Gen Z Playboy podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.